Hey guys, how's it going? It's Beginnings here. I hope you guys are having a fantastic start to your weekend. Today's video, I am going to be playing some Aleister Support. It is something that I saw a little bit of when we were practicing for AWC. I think Mad played it, Benny specifically, and I think TDC played it one time too. So I kind of took inspiration from them for this video today. It was probably just something that they were messing around with, but it seems like actually fairly reasonably not trolly because he does offer a ton of CC. His only really big downfall is the fact that he can't really get vision, but I don't know, in solo queue, especially if you're against bad players, like you can kind of just look at the map and kind of figure out where they are. So I decided to play some Aleister Support. I waited to start an ability just to see what was going on. If the enemy team was going to be invading, I would start my A, but since they were not, I started my B, and that just helps me help my laners clear without taking any CS. You see, we got Zuka's Flicker out very, very early on. That's a really good thing for us. I am now level 2, so I can actually do stuff. Out of nowhere comes Slims and Malik. I really should have been paying attention for that level 2 top lane gankaroo on mid, because that's definitely something that a lot of people do. Yep, they got their wave pushed into their tower. They're actually going to be losing gold off of that rotation, which is, of course, a good thing for us. You see Slims and Malik I don't think they got a single minion out of that wave that they lost. They were too busy trying to mess with Violet. You see me pinging a bunch here. That is because I know their jungler is going to be here relatively soon. But of course, Violet walks up. I managed to lag out a little bit. I'm trying to walk backwards, but you can see my character isn't really responding to what I'm telling it to do. Because of the fact that we do manage to get chunked out, they are successful on this dive, but they will be losing 1 or 2 here in the process. Jinnar manages to take out the Enzo, and Nakaroth finishes off that Tulin, making it a 2 for 2 in total. Definitely should have gone a little bit better if that Violet was listening, and if I didn't lag out and walk into Enzo and Tulin. That would have been great. I would have appreciated that a lot. I do build Hermes boots on Aleister because you want to basically be chasing after people and ulting them whenever you can. That's why I'm trying to make as many rotations with my mid laner and with my jungler as much as possible. You're basically just one giant gank assister. You can also relieve some pressure relatively well in lanes, as you can see I am doing here. It also helps me hit level 4, which is a pretty big power spike. We definitely should have backed off here. I got hit by a nice little spear, and because of that, we are going to be forced to back off. Of course, because Enzo and Malik rotate up as well. Unfortunately, with that unsuccessful dive/gank, we are forced back a little bit, but then Slims has like this weird obsession with trying to mess with the Violet, so he dies. Unfortunately, Malik and Enzo both live, but Nakaroth does manage to make his way top and finish off the Enzo. You can see I pinged the red buff like 3 times here. I think like 4 times total. And Nakaroth really just wants to take that Malik kill. In fact, he even goes to mid first, clears that wave, then tries to make it to red, but it's like 15 seconds too late at this point. I just knew that Enzo's red was up the entire time because he had his blue buff and he came top, and yeah, I just knew that that was the timing. We don't end up getting it, but we do get a pretty nice little pick onto these Slims here. That's a pretty good you know, pick. That's basically what you will be seeing with Aleister Support, is I'm going to be finding people and I'm going to be stunning them and they're going to be dying. We get Malik's Flicker out here, which means we don't get a kill, but it does mean we do get a Flicker, which is never really a bad thing, guys. Blowing Flickers, just keep note of them and punish it, right? As long as I come back here and try to gank this Malik or try to push this tower against this Malik, or literally anything within the next next 2 minutes, he's not going to have flicker, and that puts him at a very big disadvantage, and definitely something that junglers or even roaming supports or roaming mid laners, it's something that they don't really take advantage of. Jinnar pinks here for the tower because he wants to take it, and I decide, hey, that's a really good idea. I should probably listen to him. I'm just going to go ahead and throw down my B and ult this Malik because he's already pretty low, and I know he will not be able to escape. He is a support Malik. He's pretty low, or pretty squishy rather. We throw down our stun, and Tulin is forced to back off from the Jinnar. Violet comes over and finishes off that Enzo, and that another clean fight. Like, we won another fight. Feels good. Our team is actually doing a pretty good job at keeping pressure in their side lanes and also rotating when they're needed. You can see Violet didn't wait for that next wave to come. She just kind of rotated knowing she was going to be needed. I flicker forward knowing that the Slims is going to be flickering or jumping away, so I throw my little wall a little further out and throw my ult down. Unfortunately, I was tinking the tower and I needed to get out of there, but we do end up finishing off the Slims. I think Nakaroth or Violet does. Nakaroth's in a really rough spot here. I don't have my ult, I don't have my cooldowns, and I couldn't walk through both of them, so I just had to kind of back off and help when I could. My ult is now up, so I know that I can basically guaranteed escape. Neither of them have very much CC. I'm just kind of waiting to see what happens, trying to make sure that the Tulin and Malik are chasing me and I can kind of trap them. Violet ends up finishing off 2 of them before she dies, and Tulin will not be killing me. I'm trying to get this Tulin to jump onto me, but I think he got vision on the Jinnar, so he backs off at just the last second, so my stun will not be hitting him. I really am greedying way too much for this kill. I should just back off and go heal like now, like right now. But instead, I stood around and was greeting for the kill. In fact, I think if Tulin's or one of Tulin's passives had even hit me there, that I would have just died. So don't be greedy is probably my biggest tip to people who are trying to get better. Know your limits, but don't be greedy. So now that we've reset, I'm just looking for the next item to build. I think I build towards Aegis first here because my goal is I want to reach 40% CDR as fast as possible and also not be extremely squishy. I'm not there for the damage. I am there for the utility. Nobody can escape from my ultimate as long as I am not stunned, and that is going to be the key to how we siege towers and how we want to fight. I managed to stun the Enzo and dodge the Malik ult and catch the Enzo in my ultimate. I think Malik flickered forward there, I don't know, but he will be cut off from or by my wall, so he will not be able to walk that way. He's forced to walk through my team and into the tower. Tulin ends up falling and Malik will die right now in a second. There we go. Zuka, we managed to pop his enchantment, but we do not get the kill. I know that the Zuka is going to be heading towards the Violet, which is why I was trying to ping for her to pay attention, but it doesn't matter. He doesn't have ult, he doesn't have a shield, he doesn't really have anything, so Violet, the very fed Violet, is going to pop him. Slims lives with just a little bit of HP. I should not have been that far forward. I got hit by an Enzo hook and that was my bad, but Violet and Jinnar will be finishing off that Enzo regardless. We also managed to push down a mid tower, and I think we get a bot tower here as well. We have a wave on the tower, but I can't remember actually if the Nakaroth goes and pushes that. It's okay if he doesn't though, because it's kind of, we're very slowly pushing this game down. Violet's very, very strong right now. I am not afraid of the fact that we will not be able to end. We have really good siege, we have really good tower taking abilities, we have really good objective control, and we are very fed as a team. And a snowballed Jinnar is the absolute worst thing in the entire world to deal with, as well as a very fed Violet. Now, we definitely should have taken Darkslayer there, but it's solo queue, and as you guys know in solo queue, not everybody always does the right thing. Instead, we decide to try to cut off this Tulin here. We managed to tag him with our stun, but he does jump away after. We managed to also get him with our ultimate, and Jinnar will be able to finish him off. Just making sure he cannot run away. With 2 people off the map, now is a really good time to push, but Enzo is way too far up, so we just get the pick onto him. Malik as well gets chunked to hell, and with our waves coming in, we will look to be ending the game here. Slims walks way too far up. I just flicker stun and then ult him, and he will fall. Malik ults in, but hits absolutely nothing. Zuka finishes off the Nakaroth, but then falls shortly after, and we will burn down this Malik eventually. The only person standing between us and victory right now is the Tulin, but Irie finishes him off with a pretty nicely executed dive. And with these next waves through the bot tower, and with Enzo eventually falling, we will be able to end this game here. This game was a lot of fun. I've been trying for a really long time to get an Aleister Support video, guys, so please be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you did enjoy watching this video. It was really fun, kind of troll. If you enjoyed this type of content at all, please, again, drop a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. See ya.